So today was an oil change on my 2011 BMW 550i V8 twin turbo. I believe it's a 4.4 and I believe the engine designation is an E63. Ran across something interesting while I was attempting to do the oil change, or doing the oil change, and that is that the oil filter, while it has a filter housing that has the sort of hex-sided shapes on it, and it does have a socket in the end. The one on mine had been, and I bought this with 97,000 miles on it, but it's 87,000. But it has a socket in the end, and it was larger than 6 millimeters. It was smaller than 7 millimeters, and I ended up having to adapt a hex to fit in. It looks like it's been kind of wrung out by others before, only to find out that really what I needed to do was get a grip on the outside of the filter housing and rotate it. So don't use that hex to try to get the filter off. Use a traditional oil filter wrench to get the leverage and remove the housing the way it ought to be. Somewhere under there is my oil filter wrench on the ground with the green on it. When I went to Pep Boys to get the filter replacement, I noted that the engine, and I looked up, and Purolator was the only one that was listed, this L25904. So I bought the L25904. I took apart the previous old filter, found that it is a I won't get this right because I don't speak German, but Mal filter, and notice the 353/7 on there. But if you look closely at what came out of the Purolator box with the 25904 Purolator number on it, look who made it, Mal. So Purolator is just reselling this filter, and it was way too expensive. It was like 39 bucks at Pep Boys. My advice is go online, go to Amazon.com, and just get yourself a $12 version of this same filter. So now it's time to put the filter back in the housing, and then I will put it back in under the car where it belongs. This is the end. It has a recess in here, and there's some kind of a fitting at the bottom, and I have to admit I'm not really sure what that is. I believe it to be a bypass valve, because if you look in the end, there's some filter material that would go over that segment that's in the bottom. So I'm guessing that that's a bypass valve of sort. But don't bother trying to take out that miserable little plug. You're not going to get it off. You need to get some good torque on it with a traditional wrench, and hopefully the previous mechanic didn't do more than the specified 10 Newton meters that's on the back of the canister. You know, people tend to over tighten everything with the oil system. This says just 10 Newton meters. There it is, 10 Newton meters tight, and some gorilla had put it on there monstrously tight, as they had with the drain plug, and I ended up having to use an impact to get the drain plug out. So don't be a gorilla, be smart, and put these things back together the way they should be. Thought you might enjoy that. That's an E63 2011 BMW twin turbo V8, and I have not found much on the internet about them. Of course, the filter and housing are up underneath the engine, back under a couple of covers, and there's a plug and the filter, and they're not very far apart. Hope that helps, and if you like this video, just leave me a message. Thanks.